Welcome to Aishu's DIY. Today in this tutorial we will learn something a little bit different from the regular videos. So I have here already strung some beads. Actually, these are pearls, freshwater pearls and coral beads from one of my friend actually, and she had these beads like a strand like this. She had two strands of pearls and one strand of coral, and she asked me to do a choker for her. So I'm making this choker with these connectors. So sometimes if you have a two strand connector which is like this, as you guys can see, there is two holes in it and there is a chaton studded in the two strand. This is a really pretty two strand connector. It is from India. These connectors also, she had it with her. She bought it from India several years ago and she wanted to use it with the coral and the pearl. So I came up with this pattern of pearls, and because I had two strands of pearls and of course and one strand of coral, so I figured this pattern out and she also liked it. So here I have a bead stringing wire. This bead stringing wire is 0.45 millimeter thickness and it's a 7-strand bead stringing wire, and these freshwater pearls are, I think they are 2 by 4 millimeter in size, and the corals are 4 millimeter rounds. Okay, and these connectors fit perfectly for this size. I really liked it, so I just added one end of the connectors inside, and I followed this pattern and I strung it. So at this point what I will do is, since it's a choker, we don't want it to be way too long, so I need only 14 inches, wherein I have here 12, let's see, 12, okay, more than 14, right? So I don't need this much for a choker. Let me just measure only the center part, then we will have an idea of how long our necklace need to be. It's 7.5 inch, so we need only 6 inches in on both sides, so 3 inches total. That's all we need actually. So I'm just going to take this off and then figure out 2.25 inch, right? So we don't want anything more than that, so that should be it. Actually 2.75, right? That's what we want, because 2.5 inch on both sides will give us 5 inch. We need 6.5 inch, actually 6.5 inch, yes. So that means we need 3.75 inch. Sorry, I don't know what my math. Oh my god, I was going to jury duty for a couple of days this week, and it's really tired. I'm really tired. So I'll take this much. I need some to actually finish up the project, so I'll have some left, and then I'll move all of these beads to that side and figure out the same number of beads this side as well, which is about, say, here, and I can snip this off at this point. This is my first time going to jury duty, and I mean I went before, but then the judge told that they have resolved it and I'm good to go. So I came out, and that was my first experience. And this experience, the second time I went to a faraway place, and it's like a long driving, plus I had 3 days of 6 hours continuously, and then finally they let go of me. This is pretty new for me. I have no experience before. I was different, and My husband had to take care of all the picking up the kids, taking them to classes and stuff. I just cook in the morning and then I leave, and I come back by evening around 5:30 to 6. So okay, this is how I set up the first strand. Now the second strand. How I will tackle the second strand is take some beading wire. Okay, maybe a little bit more, right? And then now I need to thread in the pearls. So I haven't added any spacer beads or seed beads or anything in this pattern. If you want to have a prominent look, especially if it is a round bead or so, you can add that, you can add seed beads in between as a spacer bead, or you can use the metallic seed beads. Anything will work. It will look very pretty, but the rice pearls itself are small in size, so I really like the look of it with just the connector. That should be good. I'm doing a couple of projects for my friend. I already did one which I didn't film, but then I thought, why not show it to you guys how I finish it. So if you buy these connectors, it will be very useful for a choker necklace or for a double strand necklace as well. I'm doing a emerald 2-strand necklace for her. Very nice, 5 by, I think I'm just measuring the size of it. Let me see. Approximately I need 6 more pearls. In India, this jewelry making business is a big thing, but normally it's done on a wholesale basis, and there is a lot of laborers who are involved in this. There we go. Okay, now since this has only one side, we need to be careful. Flip it to the top, so you will get a double strand connector in Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby also. You will get it from there. You can use those like this. These are dainty in my opinion, but you can find something which is a little bit bigger than this. I really like the connectors from India, especially this one. I really like it. I don't have it, only she had it, and she said that she has bought this like years before, so she doesn't even know where she bought it from. So there's no way of me going and figuring it out, but at least I'm happy that I can work with it. I like it, and I'm determined to find some kind of a store in India. Let's see. So all you need to do is add the beads and add it to the connector. See, as and when you go, just like that, do it. So I will finish stringing it and I will come back. It's a little bit wobbly, as you guys can see, but as you go by, you just add the beads and go through the connectors. It'll be easier to just go through it. And if you use a lot of connectors, the choker will come as a defined one, so that's also a plus. One thing you need to be careful about is these pearls don't have an uniform length, so that might differ a little bit. So when you're using the pearls, just make sure. It might happen that your strand will show a little bit. See, it actually does show a little bit, and I'm not adding extra beads on the outer strand because it's going to be a choker. Otherwise you will have to add extra beads in the outer strand to just make it, thicker, bigger, one size bigger than our innermost strand. So I will finish stringing this and I will be back. All you need to do is flip this and go through this. And don't kink the wire, let the wire be in the shape it wants. If you try to manipulate it, it will become worse and it will just kink, and it's not a good sight. Hi friends, welcome back. So here what I did was I removed one of the connectors from here and I wanted to add it in the end. This helps us actually to narrow down and put some seed beads and probably finish this off, is what my thought process is. I have here some 12O seed beads in a gold color. I might use some of that. So what I did was I added 19 beads. I don't know why it's just 19 of the pearls. You can add any which way you want. I added, and once again I want to check the length. If you don't check it now, then it will be difficult to adjust anything, right? So I'm just going to hold everything together and check exactly the length. So it's about, say, 13.5, and that should be good enough, because why I say this is 14 is what I'm aiming for, but the thing is I need to add some beads here, and I have to add this connector at the end. That's okay, but I need to add some beads here, and then we need some crimp tubes as well. So I'm just gonna add 3. We should not increase this as well because we cannot add length to this. So it comes like this, and then what it does is I have to take, and once again I just want to make sure I have at least 14 inches to be precise. That is 12, and then from here to here, yes, I will have 14. I'm pretty sure I will. So that's that. Probably even take one more off. Then take a bigger crimp tube, bigger size crimp tube, because we need 4 cords to go through, so that's why I'm taking a bigger one. Take one. Oops. Take both the cords, okay, and then come down here. So you need to take these cords, and also I wanted to show you guys something, which is this. This is like a closure that you have. This is like a tassel on the back, and there is like this is like a braided cord. As you guys can see, it has that loop in the end, and this is a bunch of thread that's been woven together to give us this sliding effect. See, you can shorten it, so if it comes in the back like this, you can shorten the you can adjust the length of your necklace with this kind of a closure. This I got it from India, so I'm just going to use this. So this way they will still have more room for making this big or small. The Let's just put it through this loop. The choker can be adjusted this way, so even if I miss here and there, that should do it. So I just put it back through the crimp tube and I moved it all the way. I don't want this to crisscross applesauce, so make sure it's parallel inside the crimp tube, and that's when you get the real traction and the crimp tube will be safe enough. So I like this much space. I don't want it to be very close, so I go ahead and crimp that shut. What I do is I come out here and then just snip off this excess tail. We don't want that. Okay, and then move this here and see how it looks. It looks pretty good to me. I mean, I'm fine with this kind of a closure. I mean, this is good enough for me, so I like it. If you have a crimp cover, you can cover that up, but today I'm not choosing a crimp cover. So now I carefully move everything towards the side. I don't want to leave any spaces. This particular, if you're working with a choker, you don't put this necklace in a U format and then do it, because choker is supposed to be not a U, right? So if you do the U, that's a different one. Choker is supposed to be hugging your neck, so you don't need that. Then move everything this way and check is everything proper. Okay, just like that, check, and then take this bead stopper off and come back this side. Maybe you need one more bead this side, so that will be this one right here. Yeah, that's good enough. Make sure everything is nice and tight, but at the same time, oh wait, I forgot. Oh no, I didn't forget. Here is my 2-strand connector. I like to do it in the last, right, and check everything if it is nice and tidy. There will be a little bit difference here, if you can see that. See that there is a short difference. That's because of the size of the pearls, so we can't do anything about that, so that will be there. Okay, now take two medium-sized seed beads in each of the strand. This one is small. By the way, this is not branded, it's from Hobby Lobby. So I take these two, take my crimp tube, go through that. Okay, just like that. Take this other loop right here and then put it through that loop. Actually, so you keep this exactly this way and then see. Go through that. Come back through the crimp tube. See, I have a lot of cord left. It helps me go through everything nice and neat. For some reason the crimp tube is squished a little bit, but we can get it through. Here we go. So move everything down, hold this loop, move everything down, just like that. See this? There is a little bit of a gap right here. So you move this individually and try to get rid of the gap. Right? See this? You can have like this. It's perfect now. I feel that this loop is nice and big enough. Okay. Just put it down and see if it stays properly. Then go ahead and crimp it. Nice shut. Then you can snip off this excess cord. There we go. This one is perfect. Okay, now we have our choker ready. This is the choker that we have right here, and it's gonna be a little bit, wobbly because I know it cannot sit flat. Right, we have these beads left, but this is our choker that we made. I really like the way this turned out to be. It might be different for you guys to use this kind of a closure, so I just wanted to tell you guys that it's just rotating, and finally there it is. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos couple of times a week. If you are interested in watching this kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. I will make more with Indian findings that I bought from India. Okay, bye.